HRC Hillary Clinton is continuing her travesty and criminal act of her book tour. Not actually criminal, but it's just so bad that that's what I unfortunately have to call it. We've talked about a few things that she said. You know, we talked about her constant attacks on Bernie Sanders and her lies about her 2008 primary with Obama. Now we have another thing. So Clinton stated, she said, quote, "I would have been seen as a genius if I won." Here's what The Hill reads. They say, Hillary Clinton said Tuesday that she would have been called a, quote, genius and her campaign perfect if she had won the 2016 presidential election. In an interview with WNYC, the former Secretary of State reflected on being the first female president nominee of a major political party. She said that because of the hurdles women face, she would have been hailed as brilliant if she won. Quote, "I thought it was pretty revolutionary that I was the first woman to have a realistic chance of becoming president. So I don't know how any woman who is not familiar to people, since we have so many hurdles to overcome, could have even been in that position that I found myself. So if I had won, I would have been seen as a genius. My campaign would have been seen as perfect. I understand all of that." This is something that I actually massively disagree with. Now, to say that women face hurdles, I definitely think that there's no doubt to that. But the problem here is that you are a Democrat, number one, so your main base is not going to be nearly as sexist as the other parties, as the Republicans. But also that it's not the misogyny and the sexism that she faced was not the reason why she lost. So if it were to be like somebody like, let's say, Elizabeth Warren, right? Elizabeth Warren were to run for president and she were to face some kind of Trump misogyny, like she would pile drive the living fuck out of Donald Trump in an election. It wouldn't even be funny, man. She would have destroyed him so badly. But hypothetically, if we were to say someone with those good policy positions is clearly a better candidate, makes little to no mistakes, but there's some kind of sexist vote or something that is the reason why she loses, then that would be the case for this. But you really had virtually no chance of that small vote being able to make you lose. So no, there is no case scenario in which you would have been seen as a genius, because you've had basically everything in your campaign was already set up by your husband and your tenure as senator and obviously your tenure as first lady and just all of these different things. So no, you wouldn't have been seen as a genius. It was not that kind of scenario. Either you won and it was like, oh well, she better have fucking won because she has way more name recognition, spent a lot more money, is way more, like a lot more liked in the approval ratings, etc., etc. Didn't say grab him by the pussy and all that stuff. But if you lose, then what happens is you just drop the ball in the easiest election in like the history of the United States. So no, Hillary Clinton, nobody views you as a genius. I think we'll keep that to Stephen Hawking. Thanks. Support independent progressive media by leaving a subscription down below. Leave a like and share the video. Help us out on Patreon, or you can donate in other ways. Links are in the description down below. We are fighting Trump tooth and nail, and we will continue to do so with your help.